Good evening and welcome to your Friday Mustard Show Norfolk with the lovely Beth Davison.
And the dashing Jake Watson.
Thank you very much.
How have you been? How's your week been?
It's not been great, actually.
Oh, right.
We won't get into it. There's been a few things. Burnt myself with an iron.
Oh, bless
you. But the rest I'll keep to myself. But it's not been a great week. How's yours been?
Yeah, really good. I've had a great time. I did want to discuss. I enjoyed last week's show when I was talking to you about politics a little bit.
Yeah, this is becoming a theme, isn't it?
Well, I've just decided to make it my life's mission to educate you a little.
I need more politics in my life.
Did you see this week the very successful march that happened in Norwich City Centre? It was protesting the state visit of President Trump. Did you keep up with that?
No, I did.
Lots of people there, saw lots of photos on Instagram.
I did see it happening. I've been noticing a lot of Trump rallies happening around the country.
Quite a big deal,
because I'm well into politics and all that. But before, I thought it was kind of pointless because, you know, it's in America, nothing's what we're doing here is going to change that. But I didn't realise...
Do be quite careful.
No, I haven't finished.
Okay.
But I didn't realise that what they're actually protesting about is not letting him come here.
So specifically, yes.
So which I actually get.
It's not even not letting him come here, it's coming here specifically for a state visit, which is quite a high accolade and a big deal, and the Queen greets you, and it's all of these things. It's not that he can't visit, although I'm sure people wouldn't be thrilled about that as well, but it's the labelling it as a state visit that people aren't enjoying.
I enjoyed that politics.
Cool, I've taught you something.
Much.
What have you been excited about this week? Anything?
Within the celeb world, have you heard Beyonce is pregnant?
Yay!
How exciting.
I had heard this, and this is what you get a lot more excited about the celeb stuff. I'm very excited too, and this is how Queen Bee herself revealed the news to her adoring fans. I had actually forgotten that they were already parents there.
Had you?
So, yeah, so the twins are an addition to the family. They're not first. OK, no, it's fine.
Big.
Ridiculous photo, don't you think?
And a very, very good-looking family it will be.
There will be, but you don't need to get in your blue satin pants and take a photo under a veil.
Yeah.
That's what you
I've
can
been known
do.
to.
No, I'm very pleased for them. And she's hidden it well, isn't she? 'Cause she is very pregnant.
She's very pregnant.
What do you think of twins? Could you handle twins?
No.
Could you handle one?
I've never been asked that question before, really.
I just think we should talk about it.
No, I couldn't handle twins. The big thing really is I couldn't handle having a baby girl. I can't.
What?
I quite like the idea eventually, when I'm old and ready, to have
when you're a grown-up?
Yeah, to have a young son. But
you
you
don't get to pick. Like, you do just kind of have to,
I could.
You know, take whatever comes out.
I could just leave.
OK, moving on,
Don't leave. Well, good luck, Beyonce, and do keep us updated.
You're such a nightmare.
We'll do an exclusive reveal or something. And speaking of reveal, let's see what's coming up on tonight's show.
We made it.
How can you balance your immune system during winter? Nutritionist Jane Roseland has the answers.
We're turning to urban street dancing in tonight's Love Norwich series.
We'll be teaching you how to be a savvy shopper with Norfolk's Plan, Eat, Save campaign.
And celebrity YouTube chef Ian Haste talks us through his top tips on eating healthy for less.
What a Friday!
What a Friday!
Exciting.
What a Friday! But before all of that, get ready, Norfolk, because it's competition time.
Oh yes, that's right. Now we've entered the most romantic month of the year, which is of course February.
You nearly said it.
It's time to get planning for that all-important Valentine's Day.
And what if you've totally forgotten? Everywhere is already booked up, or you've no idea how to treat your loved one. Well, then listen up, because none other than Dan Bancroft may just have the answer.
Listen up, people of Norfolk, because your resident Cupid's here with a brand new competition. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and the Mustard team have come up with a perfect prize to keep you out of your loved one's bad books. Do you forget to book a table every year and end up going to the market for chips instead? Sorry. Maybe you fancy a year off legging it to the petrol station for that all-romantic present of some de-icer, or want to avoid getting it really wrong. Or is it just too difficult to work out what they want? I don't want anything, I want some flowers, I want some chocolates. I'm gonna go to Gerald's and buy you a pen. Well, how about a fancy free meal on us? Well, the library restaurant has come to the rescue to make one lucky winner's Valentine's Day go without a hitch. But how can that lucky winner be you, I hear you ask? Well, here are all the details, so pay attention. Simply write a heartfelt Valentine's message about the one you love and answer this question. When was the old subscription library first founded? Here's a tip. Head over to the library's website for a sneaky clue. Then send your entries to production@mustardtv.co.uk and you could be in with a chance to win a slap-up meal for two at the library restaurant here in Norwich on Valentine's Day. Competition closes Thursday the 9th of February and the winner will be announced on Friday the 10th of February on The Mustard Show. So get sending in your entries now. Good luck.
Oh, what a lovely prize. So make sure you get your messages in now. Anything booked for Valentine's Day? You're prepared? You all sorted?
I am planning something for Valentine's Day,
Oh,
but I'm not
what
going
are you
out.
doing?
That's a big secret.
I think we should talk about your private life
Nope.
on telly.
And of course, if you miss any of that, do head on over to our Facebook, Twitter or Instagram for all the details.
Now, have you been plagued with a runny nose, sore throat or achy limbs already this year? I definitely have. If you're sick of the winter blues and you just want to feel healthy again, well, the answer could be in your food.
That's right, because watching what you eat should not just be for your waistline. Eating the right things can also help with your immune system.
Yes, indeed. And what should you eat exactly and what should you be adding to your foods? Well, nutritionist Jane Roseland joins us now to give us her top tips. Hello! Welcome, welcome. I'm such a geek when it comes to nutrition, a kind of self-confessed geek.
You're very, very excited about this.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this
I'm just
chat.
going to leave you to it.
Because as you can hear, I'm kind of recovering from a cold. It's always this time of year. So if people are out there thinking, other than taking your, I don't know, your vitamins and things like that, what is it that people should be doing?
I think when we talked a little bit a while ago, we talked about gut health or the health of your intestines is so important, and looking after those bacteria in your gut. There's about 10 times more bugs in our bodies than there are cells of our bodies, and they very well need looking after. So that's a key one, and I think it's also good to think about all of those rich, diverse nutrients. So a limited diet can be very detrimental to immune system health. So lots of colour, lots of variety. Things this time of the year that are rich in vitamin A are really good to have in your diet. So they're...
What's got vitamin A in it? It's not one that you hear loads about.
No, you don't. Well, animal products are probably the easiest way to get it. So your meats, your fish, your eggs and things like that. But also from your beta-carotene, which comes from the orange-coloured vegetables, and that's your carrots and your pumpkin and your squash and your sweet potatoes and apricots. They all have some good vitamin A. Has to be converted, so you need to have a good supply of other nutrients as well to convert it to vitamin A. But they're really good to have in there, and they really support gut health again.
See, on the gut thing, I think, is it a normal thing that people don't realise how connected the gut is to the immune system? Because I genuinely have no idea.
No. And I think the health of the gut, they don't think about that. They think, yeah, I need to get my vitamins and my minerals in there, but there's nothing better than getting it from your food. Supplements are fine, but you get all of that synergy of all of the things in the food, and that's the bit that really makes it different.
Because I think of those kind of yogurty drink adverts that you get on telly where they're talking about the correct bacteria to introduce into your body. Is that what you mean when you say getting a healthy gut?
That's part of it, getting some good, possibly, I wouldn't always go with things like Yakult. My feeling, live yogurts, but plain yogurt. Introduce lots of sugars, and of course you mess up the balance again. A lot of the problems are about over-processed foods, because over-processed, your cakes, your pastries, your sweets, all of those things
all of the best
really
things.
change that population of bugs in the gut.
Right.
And there's lots of studies now, King's College London, there's a big study on, and you can look online at a lot of this stuff, but a big study looking at your food intake and what it does to the bugs in the gut. So not only that, stress, antibiotics, so food you eat, very key, and medication, all of those things can make such a difference to how those bugs survive. And it's not just about having bugs in there, it's strain and species specific. So they do different jobs at different times. It's quite amazing.
It's so complicated, isn't it? There's so much to
you're
know.
trying some things at the moment because you've got some issues that you're trying to obviously get rid of.
I've got so many issues. It's called eczema. I've got skin issues, which seem to be an autoimmune thing, right? So kind of eczema, asthma. allergies in general. All of that counts as this autoimmune and boosting your immune system.
Yeah, allergies
thing.
and autoimmune are a little bit different, but it's all about that balance of the immune system.
And that seems to be really increasing generationally, right? Like this wasn't such a problem 50 years ago, 100 years ago kind of thing.
And when you think about what has changed with our food, it's huge, isn't it? You know, and who really cooks from basics? I mean, us foodies do, nutritionists do, but most people buy an awful lot of food that's been processed, it's sat on the shelf, it's got lots of trans fats and fats in there that have been mucked about with, sugars that have been mucked about with. It's nothing like having food as close to how nature intended as possible.
And is the best and easiest way to work out if it doesn't work for you just to cut it out the diet for like a month as a trial, or is there a quicker and easier way? Because that's always put me off ever kind of trying something like this.
I think it's worth thinking about what are common things that kick off intolerances. So it's known now that dairy and wheat are very common, but there are other things that are quite common as well. Egg white is something that quite a lot of people struggle with.
Really?
And particularly if the gut health is a bit out of kilter, a lot of things become more of a problem. So, you know, the real thing is to get your gut as healthy as you can. I'm referring to gut, but you know, your intestines in there. And there's a huge amount, about 70% and possibly a bit more of the gut tissue, the immune tissue is in the gut.
Wow.
So, and there's some nice little things more near the bottom of the gut in the ileum area, which are called Peyer's patches, and they are something you might have learned about at school, but they are the sort
rings a
of,
bell,
and they're the real key areas as well for lymphoid tissue or immune tissue.
I'm learning so many new words that I'm going to have to go home and Google.
Yeah, perhaps I've overdone some of the new words, but yeah.
Is it different for every person? What should they be doing? Can
There
they talk to a
isn't.
nutritionist?
Yes,
Should they talk to a GP?
it is a good
What's
idea.
kind of the...
It's a good idea to talk to a nutritionist because there is always an element of individuality. Your life has been so different to your life, you know, and
Pretty
your
different.
genes and your genetic blueprint is so different. What you eat is going to be different and how those things work. And the whole of your digestive system will be operating slightly differently. And nutrients make a difference to how well your digestion works as well.
Right, I'm going to figure it all out. I'm going to crack it. Thank you so much for coming in. I have a
thank you so
million
much.
questions.
Save them for the break.
I will. I'll save them for the break.
Okay, that is all we've got time for in part one, but don't you dare go changing the channel because coming up in part two, we're talking about the Norfolk campaign helping you to reduce food waste and, importantly, put some more money back in your pocket.
Plus, one of Norfolk's best-loved chefs and YouTubers, Ian Haste, will be joining us to talk cooking more for less.
I can't wait. We'll see you in two.